Take a deep, intentional breath and allow the space around you to become absolutely still, because what I am about to reveal is not just a message, it is a spiritual map for your immediate reality. We have recently crossed the sacred threshold. A divine decree of vindication has been released into the atmosphere, and right now, you are standing in the golden window of transition. The first 48 hours following a heavenly shift are the most critical moments of any manifestation, because this is when the spiritual blueprint begins to press against the fabric of the physical world. It is the moment the old structures crumble and the seeds of your new abundance begin to break through the soil. You might feel a sense of heavy anticipation, a quiet electricity in the air, or perhaps a sudden, unexplainable urge to retreat into silence. This is because your frequency is being recalibrated to match the weight of the glory that is arriving. Many are waiting for a loud explosion, but the divine often moves with the precision of a whisper before the roar of the harvest. Today, we are going to identify the 3 undeniable, physical signs that prove your change has not only been signed in heaven, but has officially landed in your 48-hour window. Before we dive into these signs, you must understand the spiritual physics of the divine ledger. For years, you have been operating in a deficit not because of your lack of effort, but because of a spiritual siphoning. Every time you were slandered, every time you were overlooked for a promotion you deserved, and every time you were betrayed by someone you trusted, a deposit was made into your heavenly account. The universe is a perfect system of justice, and it cannot allow a debt to remain unpaid forever. This 48-hour window marks the moment the collections department of heaven has finished its audit. The wealth, the honor, and the peace that were stolen from you are being redirected back to you with interest. You are not just receiving what you lost, you are receiving the compounded value of your endurance. This is a massive restructuring of your existence, a recalibration of your timeline that collapses years of struggle into a single moment of favor. Think of a grand clock, its gears turning in the silent halls of the spiritual realm. For every second you were mocked, a gear was turning toward your compensation. For every lie told against your character, a deposit was made into your divine account. You are now entering the period of withdrawal. The first sign that your restoration has begun is the arrival of a sudden, supernatural silence. For years, your life has been filled with the static of opposition, the noise of critics, and the constant hum of spiritual warfare. You became so accustomed to the sound of the battle that you almost forgot what peace felt like. You learned to live with your guard up, constantly scanning the horizon for the next betrayal or the next piece of slander. But notice what has happened in the last 48 hours. There is a strange quietness where there used to be chaos. The people who once went out of their way to trigger you, the voices that slandered your name, and the situations that kept your heart in a state of hypervigilance have suddenly gone cold. This is the quarantine of the enemy in full effect. Heaven has placed a divine restraining order around your life. If you find that your phone is unusually quiet, or that people who were once a source of friction have suddenly vanished from your immediate orbit, do not mistake this for abandonment. This is divine isolation. The universe is clearing the stage so that the only voice you hear is the one leading you toward your throne. Think of this silence as the wet cement stage of your new reality. When a builder pours a foundation, they must protect it from footsteps and debris until it sets. Your new life is currently setting, and the divine is keeping the messy people out of your field so that your foundation remains pure. This silence is the vacuum that precedes the arrival of your new tribe. It is the sign that the divine ledger has closed the books on your past and is now preparing you for a public elevation that requires your absolute focus. When the critics go silent, it is because they have been ordered to stand back and watch you bloom. They are being moved from the role of participants in your struggle to spectators of your success. This transition requires you to stop looking for the fight. For so long, your identity was forged in the fire of resistance, but now you must learn to exist in the stillness of victory. Do not go searching for the noise. Do not check the social media pages of those who hurt you. Do not ask around to see what people are saying. Their silence is your greatest weapon. It is proof that they no longer have access to your frequency. You are being moved into a private chamber of favor where the blueprints for your abundance are being finalized. Let us explore the depth of this silence. It is not just an external quiet, it is an internal hush that begins to settle over your mind. For years, you had a committee of voices in your head, voices of past lovers who rejected you, voices of parents who misunderstood you, voices of bosses who undervalued you. In these 48 hours, those voices are being muted. You are finding it harder to care about their opinions. You are finding it impossible to resonate with their criticism. This is because your internal frequency has moved out of their range. You are now tuned to the frequency of the palace, and they are still broadcasting from the valley. If you find yourself sitting in a room today and simply enjoying the stillness, know that this is a high-level spiritual achievement. The chosen one is often a target because their light attracts moths. But right now, the divine has turned off the porch light and moved you inside. This is where the real work happens. This is where you hear the whisper of your next project, the name of your next partner, and the coordinates of your next location. This silence is the evidence that the spiritual war for your soul has been won. The enemy has surrendered the territory, and the angels of restoration are now moving in to rebuild what was destroyed. This silence is also a test of your maturity. For a long time, you felt the need to defend yourself. You felt that if you didn't speak up, the lies would win. But in this new season, your success will be your only defense. The divine is teaching you that you do not need to explain your light to those who are committed to their darkness. In these 48 hours, notice how the urge to explain yourself is fading. You are realizing that you no longer owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries, your choices, or your joy. The people who were meant to understand you already do, and the people who weren't meant to understand you never will. The silence is a gift. It is the universe creating a sanctuary of peace around you so that your true identity can finally emerge from the cocoon of protection. You are being given the space to breathe without the fear of being watched, judged, or attacked. This is the first step in your public vindication, the removal of the noise. The second sign is a profound shift in your internal biology and your nervous system, the biological recalibration. For the longest time, you have been functioning in what we call the survival frequency. Your body was prepared for a strike at any moment, and your mind was tuned to identify threats before they arrived. This state of constant readiness has left a residue of fatigue in your spirit and a literal chemical buildup in your physical cells. But in this 48-hour window, you will notice a strange sensation of the exhale. It feels like a weight you didn't even know you were carrying has finally been lifted from your shoulders. You might experience a sudden wave of tiredness that isn't born of exhaustion, but of release. This is your nervous system finally stepping out of fight or flight mode and into rest and receive mode. Your soul is finally realizing that it is safe to come out of the bunker. Watch your dreams during this period, for they will no longer be filled with the imagery of pursuit, falling, or struggle. Instead, they will be replaced by visions of vast landscapes, clear waters, and open doors. This is your subconscious being scrubbed clean of the trauma of the wilderness. If you find yourself breathing deeper today, or if the chronic tension in your jaw, neck, or lower back has suddenly dissolved without a physical explanation, this is the physical confirmation of your supernatural upgrade. Your body is the temple, and the temple is being renovated to house the abundance that is being redirected into your hands. You cannot carry the wealth of a king while maintaining the posture of a slave. The divine is straightening your spine and clearing your vision because you are about to walk into rooms that require your full, unshakable presence. You may also notice a shift in your appetite or your sleep patterns. You might find that you no longer crave the heavy foods you used to eat to numb your stress. Your body is asking for light, for water, and for movement. This is because your vibration is rising. The chosen one DNA within you is being activated, and it requires a different kind of fuel. You are being prepared for a marathon of blessing, not a sprint of survival. Take this time to honor your body. If you feel the need to sleep for 12 hours, do it. Your physical vessel is catching up to the spiritual decree that has already been issued. You are being made whole, from the inside out, so that when the public vindication arrives, you have the stamina to sustain it. Let's go deeper into this biological shift. You may experience what we call spiritual flu, a slight feeling of being overwhelmed or a sensitivity to light and sound. This is not sickness, it is the expansion of your energy field. Your spirit is literally growing too large for your old life. Your skin may feel more sensitive, your intuition more sharp. You might walk into a room and instantly know the intentions of everyone there. This is because the hypervigilance of trauma has been replaced by the discernment of the spirit. One was born of fear, the other is born of power. In these 48 hours, your body is learning how to process joy. For many of you, joy felt like a trap. You were afraid that if you were too happy, the other shoe would drop. But the divine is recalibrating your heart to know that joy is now your permanent residence. The other shoe has already dropped, and it was the enemy's shoe, and he has been dismissed. You are safe. You are protected. You are transitioning from the battlefield to the palace. This recalibration also affects your perception of time. Have you noticed that the last 48 hours have felt both incredibly fast and strangely slow? This is because you are stepping out of linear time and into divine time. In linear time, you are behind. You are aging. You are losing opportunities. But in divine time, you are exactly where you need to be. The divine is taking the years the locusts have eaten and compressing their value into a single moment. You are experiencing a decade's worth of internal growth in a matter of hours. This is why you feel so different. You are literally a new person. The old version of you, the one who was defined by the struggle, has been laid to rest. The new version of you, the one who is defined by the victory, is being brought online. This biological shift is the foundation for the wealth and influence that are coming. A weak vessel cannot hold the weight of glory. Your body is being strengthened, your mind is being sharpened, and your spirit is being expanded. You are becoming unbreakable. The third sign is the appearance of the divine wink, the first green light of manifestation. In the first 48 hours of a shift, the universe always provides a small, tangible token of what is to come. It is rarely the full harvest all at once, because your capacity to receive is being tested in the small things first. It is like the first drop of rain before a massive thunderstorm. This sign often comes in the form of a coincidental encounter, a sudden message from a high-value connection you haven't spoken to in years, or a small, unexpected financial blessing that arrives out of nowhere. It is a signal from the spiritual realm saying, "I am here, and I am moving." You might see recurring symbols, perhaps an eagle, a specific number like 1111, 444, or 888, or a song that carries a message you needed to hear. These are not accidents. They are the first ripples of the tidal wave of compensation that is heading your way. Pay close attention to the ideas that drop into your spirit during this window. A single thought that feels brighter than the rest, a creative project, a business idea, or a move you need to make is often the blueprint for your next decade of influence. The universe is checking to see if you are paying attention. If you acknowledge these small miracles with a heart of gratitude, you authorize the floodgates to open wider. Let us discuss the law of displacement, which is active in your life right now. For the new to arrive, the old must be forcibly removed. This is why you may have experienced sudden losses or endings right before this 48-hour window opened. Perhaps a car broke down, a relationship ended abruptly, or a project you relied on fell through. Do not mourn these things. The universe is clearing the shelf to make room for the high-frequency blessings that are about to land. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins. Every loss you experienced in the last few weeks was actually a space-making miracle. The divine is removing the clutter so you can handle the weight of the glory. If you find yourself in a state of emptiness right now, celebrate it. The emptier you are, the more room there is for the divine to fill you with abundance. This is the period of displacement. Anything that was not aligned with your highest destiny had to go. You are now a clean slate, a refined vessel ready to hold the weight of the gold. These divine winks are also messages from your future self. In the spiritual realm, your victory has already happened. Your future self is reaching back across the timeline to give you these small signs as a way of saying, "Keep going, we made it." If you see a specific animal today, or if you hear a specific phrase repeated 3 times by 3 different people, Do not dismiss it. These are the coordinates for your new life. The universe is a perfect system of communication, and right now, the signal is clearer than it has ever been. You are being guided to the specific private places where your restoration is hidden. You are being connected to your new soul family. These small green lights are the evidence that the spiritual stage has been swept clean of all obstacles. There is no longer anything standing between you and your inheritance. The only thing left to do is to move forward with the absolute certainty that you are being led. We must also speak about the ancestral bloodline clearance. For many chosen ones, the struggle you endured was not just yours, it was a pattern that had been running through your family for generations. Lack, betrayal, and abandonment were the inherited traits of your bloodline. You were the one chosen to end the story of struggle in your bloodline. You were the one strong enough to absorb the hits so that those who come after you can walk on level ground. In these 48 hours, the spiritual legal work is being finalized to declare you as the cycle breaker. You are receiving a clean slate. The debts of your ancestors are no longer your burden. Feel the weight of those ancestral chains falling away from your ankles. You are the first in your line to walk in this level of freedom. This is why the opposition was so fierce. You weren't just fighting for your own life, you were fighting for the freedom of an entire lineage. The victory you are experiencing today is a generational shift. It is an opening of doors that will flow down to your children and your children's children. This clearance means that the blessings coming your way will have a different quality than anything you've seen before. It won't be a temporary fix, it will be a permanent foundation. You are building a new world on the bricks of integrity and endurance. The wealth that is coming into your hands is not just for your pleasure, it is for the healing of your lineage. You will be the one who pays for the education of the next generation. You will be the one who builds the houses and the businesses that provide security for your family. The Divine is entrusting you with this because you have proven that you can handle the heat. You didn't fold when the pressure was high. You didn't sell your soul when things were desperate. This is your reward. The ancestral cycles of poverty and lack are being replaced by cycles of abundance and favor. You are the ancestor that your future descendants will talk about with reverence. You are the one who changed the story. In this window, we must also address the test of the old frequency. As you are being elevated, the universe may allow one last ghost from your past to reach out. This isn't a sign that you are backsliding, it is a final examination of your new boundaries. Someone who used to drain your energy might suddenly text you, or you might hear a rumor about an old enemy. This is the universe asking, are you still available for this drama? Your answer must be a resounding silence. Do not engage. Do not defend yourself. Do not explain your new position. Any energy you give to the old frequency is energy you are stealing from your new harvest. You are now cloaked in a higher dimension. If you don't respond, you remain invisible to their attacks. This is part of the divine recalibration of your authority. You are learning that you no longer need to win arguments because you have already won the war. You are untouchable now. The arrows of the past cannot reach the height you are currently ascending to. You have reached a level of frequency where their opinions can no longer penetrate your reality. You are standing in a high tower of light, and those in the valley can only watch your ascent. This final test is designed to seal your new identity. It is easy to feel powerful when everything is going well, but the real test is how you respond when the old world tries to pull you back. In these 48 hours, you are being given the opportunity to show the universe that you have truly graduated. You are showing that you no longer resonate with the chaos. When you refuse to engage with the drama, you are essentially telling the spiritual realm, I am ready for the throne. I am no longer a student of the struggle. I am a master of the peace. This silence is your graduation ceremony. It is the moment where the divine officially hands you the keys to your new kingdom. Do not look back. The ruins of your past have nothing to offer you. The people who were left behind for a reason. Their part in your story is finished. Wish them well from a distance and keep your eyes fixed on the horizon. As we continue through this integration, I want you to master the art of receiving. For a chosen one, giving is second nature. You have spent your life as the helper, the healer, and the provider. But truly receiving without guilt is often where you struggle. You have been conditioned to believe that you have to work twice as hard as everyone else just to get a fraction of the reward. In this 48-hour window, the divine is challenging that belief. You are being asked to sit still and let the blessings find you. You are being asked to accept help from strangers who cannot explain why they are compelled to help you. Do not shrink back. Do not question your worthiness. The price has been paid in full by your endurance. You have the receipt, and it has been stamped by heaven. When a blessing comes, do not say, I don't deserve this. Instead, say, I thank the universe for this harvest. Your ability to receive determines the size of the floodgates. Expand your capacity today. Open your arms and your heart and tell the universe, I am ready for the fullness of my inheritance. Receiving is a spiritual discipline. It requires you to let go of the need to control. For a long time, you had to control everything just to stay safe. You had to manage the moods of others, the expectations of the world, and the details of your own survival. But in this new season, you are being asked to let the divine manage the details. You are being asked to move from a state of striving to a state of flow. In these 48 hours, notice how things are beginning to work out without your intervention. Problems that seemed insurmountable yesterday are solving themselves today. This is the universe showing you that it is safe to be supported. You don't have to carry the world on your shoulders anymore. You have a partner in the divine, and that partner is currently doing the heavy lifting. Your only job is to stay in the frequency of gratitude and to walk through the doors as they open. The more you allow yourself to be blessed, the more of a blessing you can be to others. One of the most profound shifts occurring right now is the restoration of your vitality. The brain fog that was caused by years of spiritual warfare is clearing. You will notice that your mind is becoming sharp, focused, and creative again. Your energy is returning with a fire you haven't felt since you were a child. This is the divine breathing new life into your weary bones, preparing you to carry the weight of the blessings that are pouring in. You cannot do the work of the future with the fatigue of the past. Therefore, receive your physical healing now. Receive the rejuvenation of your youth. The memories of trauma are being overwritten by the presence of peace. In the past, when you thought of certain people or events, your heart would race. But notice as you listen to these words that the emotional charge is leaving those memories. They are becoming like scenes from a movie you saw a long time ago. They no longer have the power to trigger you. You are living in a state of divine immunity. This restoration is also financial. The resources that were withheld from you, the promotions that were given to others who were less deserving, and the wealth that was siphoned away by unfair systems, all of it is being redirected back to its rightful owner. The universe is shifting the wealth of the darkness into the hands of the light bearers. You are being given the resources necessary to fund your purpose, to build your vision, and to provide a legacy for those who come after you. This is not just for your comfort. It is for the advancement of the collective consciousness. When a chosen one prospers, the entire world is lifted higher. You are being positioned as a distributor of divine abundance. You will have more than enough to be the blessing you always wish you had during your darkest hours. The struggle was the training ground for the stewardship of this wealth. Because you know what it feels like to have nothing, you will be a wise and compassionate manager of the millions. As we approach the final minutes of this transmission, I want you to go into a deep state of visualization with me. Close your eyes if you can, and see yourself standing in a hall of mirrors, but these mirrors do not reflect your past. They reflect your future. See yourself walking into rooms where you are celebrated, not tolerated. See your bank accounts overflowing with the resources needed to fund your highest purpose. See your body vibrant, your mind sharp, and your spirit at peace. See the faces of your enemies as they watch from their quarantine, unable to touch the glory that is now your garment. This vision is the blueprint. The more you focus on it, the faster it solidifies in the physical world. This 48-hour window is the time to lock in this vision. Your imagination is the workshop of the divine. Use it wisely. See the specific details of your new life. See the home you will live in, a place of peace and beauty. See the work you will do, work that feels like play because it is perfectly aligned with your soul's mission. See the people who will be in your life, people who see your true value and who love you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. Feel the emotions of this reality. Feel the gratitude, the joy, and the absolute freedom. This is not a dream, it is your destination. You have already traveled through the valley. You are now standing on the mountain. The air is thinner here, but the view is magnificent. You can see the path you took, and you can see that every obstacle was actually a stepping stone. You can see that every person who tried to bury you was actually planting you. You are now in full bloom. You are the light of the world. You are the one who was chosen to prove that truth always prevails. Your life is no longer a tragedy. It is a masterpiece of divine orchestration. Every hour of prayer, every moment of integrity, and every tear shed in silence has been recorded. The audit is over. The restoration is here. Walk forward with the stride of a winner. Look into the mirror today and recognize the face of the one who survived the furnace and came out smelling like gold. The gray skies are gone. The fog has lifted. The path is clear. You are standing in the center of your own miracle. This 48-hour window is the initiation into your new existence. It is the time where you stop being the seeker and start being the finder. You stop being the one who is waiting and start being the one who has arrived. The 48-hour clock is ticking, and every second is bringing you closer to the full manifestation of your purpose. You are not lucky, you are prepared. You are not finally getting what you want. You are finally receiving what you have already earned in the Spirit. The great accounting is over, and the balance is in your favor. Shine, chosen one. The light looks good on you. The restoration is complete. The compensation is landing. The vindication is yours. Go forth in power, go forth in peace, and go forth in the absolute certainty that it is finally, officially your turn. Take one last deep breath and feel the energy of these words anchoring into your very cells. You are the architect of your new era. Speak to your situation and tell it that the shift has arrived. Tell your body it is healed. Tell your finances they are overflowing. Tell your heart it is safe to love again. You have paid the price in full, and the receipt has been stamped by heaven. The great restoration is not coming, it is here. It is manifesting in your world right now. Look for the signs. Expect the miracles. Accept the blessing. You are the chosen one, and your story is ending in total and complete victory. Look into the mirror today and recognize the face of a champion. The world is waiting to see your light. Step forward and shine. The double portion is yours. The victory is absolute. The restoration is finished. Go in peace and stay in the light. It is done. It is finished. It is yours. In the next 48 hours, I want you to be a witness to your own life. Observe the miracles as they happen. Write them down. Share them with others who can celebrate with you. This is how you build the momentum of the new season. You are no longer alone. You are connected to a global family of light bearers who are all experiencing this shift together. We are moving as one. We are rising as one. The era of the chosen one has begun, and you are at the forefront of this movement. The power that is in you is the same power that created the stars. There is nothing that can stand against you. There is nothing that can dim your light. You are a divine authority, and the universe is honored to serve you. As this video concludes, do not rush back into the noise of the world. Stay in this stillness for a few more minutes. Let the frequency settle. Let the recalibration finish its work. You are a new creation. You are a vessel of glory. You are the one heaven has been waiting for. The first 48 hours are just the beginning. The best is not yet to come, the best is already here. Walk in it. Breathe in it. Live in it. You are home.